Mussolini was sent from divine providence. With all opposition effectively silenced, and now with the blessing of the Church, Mussolini had a free hand to start transforming Italy into a great empire to rival that of ancient Rome. His main frustration would be the reality of Italy in the 1920s.
Disorganized, chaotic, unstable. That was a far cry from the Roman Empire, when Italy had been great. And Mussolini looked back to the past and thought, we should be there again.
Once in power, Mussolini started to build the world's first totalitarian state, bending all institutions and people to his will. To build a new type of Italian, Mussolini knew he had to start with the young.
La nostra patria.
In 1925, Mussolini decreed,
"The government demands that the school be inspired by the ideals of fascism."
Adesso bambini leggiamo una poesia di Giuseppe Zucca. Duce chiamaci.
children were ordered to believe, obey, fight. From the age of 4, they were dragooned into fascist youth organizations, which supplied them with toy guns and black shirts.
Duce, duce, chiamaci.
Duce, duce, chiamaci.
School poems taught children to be ready to fight for fascism whenever the leader needed them.
Schools tried to inculcate patriotism, and they tried to persuade all school children that patriotism and fascism are the same thing.
Fu in pericolo.
Every school children would have to sort of write an essay on why I love Mussolini or why Mussolini is the greatest man of the 20th century.
Punto. Punto.
Mussolini knew Italy had to be modernized. The fascists introduced a policy of self-sufficiency for agriculture and industry. Massive public works programs to drain marshes and build roads created jobs and were hugely popular. But for Mussolini, their main aim was to prepare the Italian economy for war. The first armed conflict came with a popular rising in Libya, Italy's most important colony.
The Italians had become increasingly ruthless. They'd use mass rapes, desecration of mosques, rounding of civilians into concentration camps, mass starvation, the use of chemical weapons.
100,000 civilians were probably killed between 1929 and 1932 in the pacification of Libya, as it was called. So it's really outside of Italy that fascism showed its particularly violent and brutal side.
Some new European leaders actually admired this brutality. In 1933, Adolf Hitler became Chancellor of Germany and leader of a Nazi party that had modeled itself on many aspects of Mussolini's fascism. Mussolini initially regarded Hitler as a junior partner, but he also saw that with Germany's military strength, the rise of Hitler could be very valuable.
He realized that Hitler's rise to power was going to destabilize the situation in Europe, and this destabilization would begin to open a window of opportunity for Italy's action.
Fascists like the banker Ettore Vezza felt very differently about the rise of Hitler, fearing that the German leader's blatant anti-Semitism could prove tragic for Italian Jews. Hitler was now in complete control in Germany, and fascist Jews like Ettore Vezza feared that Hitler's anti-Semitic views could begin to influence the fascist leader, Mussolini. To his relief, Mussolini rejected Hitler's racial theories.
Nothing will make me believe that biologically pure races can be shown to exist today.
To make the difference clear, Mussolini appointed a new propaganda minister to ridicule the Führer. It was his son-in-law, Galeazzo Ciano. Just 4 years earlier, Ciano had seemed to make the best career move ever. Aged 27, He married Benito Mussolini.